Hello, 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 and welcome back to another high altitude investing live stream. Today is the 19th of December. Yes, you guys see the title of this live stream correctly. Go all in on crypto. And by crypto, I just mean the entirety of crypto, whether you're buying Bitcoin or altcoins. The opportunity right now is absolutely insane to make just a stupid amount of money without even having to have that much initial capital to invest. A lot of people getting into crypto don't have a lot of capital. Some people have a lot more. But the opportunity right now is absolutely insane. And so I figured I'd do a live stream today, talk about what that opportunity is, how you guys can take advantage of it, and how you guys can make a lot of money in a very, very short period of time here in the wonderful world of crypto. Operation Shutdown, what is up? Thank you for tuning in. Hockey Cage says, Hakiko is going. We can check that out in just a second if you'd like. Dallin, all in or lose all? All in, man. I'd say go all in on crypto with literally everything you possibly can. The opportunity is absolutely insane. Let me share this link in the Discord right now as well so that we can really get this live stream going here. Beautiful Friday morning. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. Theta is ready to pump. I agree, Peter. The people that are bearish in crypto, they have no idea what's coming for them. Especially people that are bearish on Theta just because of a news article. Like, come on, you guys. Like, come on. Rico Hawk says, good day, Dallin. Happy Friday. What is up, Rico? Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, we're gonna start off on Bitcoin, and then we'll just start off on Hachiko. I don't even know how to pronounce it. There are so many meme coins. Anybody that would even try to pronounce all of these coins or remember all their names or try to track them all, you'd have to be like crazy to be able to do that. Let's see here. It's probably up in the 24-hour period here. Aha, here we go. Oh, I do know this coin. Yeah, we're up 104% in the last 24 hours. That's pretty dang good. Look at this run. I will say it does look like it could correct a little bit here. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a bit of a pullback, at least in the short term here, just because of how much it is up in the past 24 hours. So we do see wave 1 here, wave 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So it wouldn't surprise me at all to see this thing go like this and then see some type of consolidation. I'm not saying this is the top of the whole run here for this coin, but I would be careful just straight up buying right here. It could easily pull back a little bit more. Wouldn't surprise me if it did, at least. And it if this was something I was holding right now, I would basically just deleverage. So let's say you have $1,000 in this coin. What you could do is take $250 or $500 off the table and keep the rest in as a moon bag, and then you've locked in some of your gains. Because it still could go higher. I'm not saying it has to pull back, but it wouldn't surprise me if it did pull back here a little bit. Now, with how much excitement there is in crypto as a whole, or how much excitement should be coming with crypto as a whole, it could just keep pumping. So, don't. But when you're up that much on a coin, it usually is smart to at least lock in a percentage of your profits. So let's start talking about Bitcoin here. It's a beautiful day, you guys, out here in Utah. We haven't even got snow yet. As far as I know, maybe we got a little bit of snow once. I think we might have just like one time. But it's kind of crazy how normally we'd have a lot of snow. So I went long on Bitcoin last night. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but you guys, this is insane. People have no idea what's about to happen here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is about to see one of the biggest reversals it has ever seen. So from our bottom here at 50K up to 107,000, super profitable, super powerful, strong, bullish reversal on Bitcoin, right? From that low up. And also true for here as well, from 75,000 up to 126,000. Really strong bullish reversal, right? So what you want to be aware of, you guys, you want to be aware of the fact that this market has essentially done the same thing 3 times now. So this right here, this crash right here, this crash right here, and this crash right here, all the same. Every single one is the same. This one was steeper, like a sharper decline than the previous 2 before it, but these are all the same things. This market has consistently provided buying opportunities in the bigger picture like this over and over and over again. And this is no different. What we see here with Bitcoin is a perfect opportunity to be picking up Bitcoin down here at 86,000 per coin before we see another continuation in this trend. So this is seriously like buying the dip down here at 50K or buying the dip down here at 76K. It's the same thing. Like if you want to have the same type of stupid amount of profit in crypto that everybody that bought this dip or bought that dip had, then buy this dip. You know, winners buy the dip. They see the market for what it is. They see an opportunity in the market and they buy it. They take advantage of the fear of other people's panic. That's what winners do. So take your fear cap off and put your courage cap on and take a look at this market and tell yourself to go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity and take some freaking risk, because that's how you're going to make money in this market. Dallin, why you're saying go all in? Is there any signals on the charts for an up and coming pump? Seriously, AJ, buying the dip right now is exactly like, look at the freaking chart. We don't need any special indicator, although I could pull up a whole bunch of them. You know, I could show you the fact that right now we have mainly institutional volume buying. And by the way, institutional volume comes in at bottoms. So if you're looking at the daily candlesticks here on Bitcoin with the net positions indicator telling us how much banker and institutional volume is coming in versus how much retail money is coming in, retail doesn't buy bottoms. Retail freaks out at the bottom of markets. Like they did right here. They stopped buying and institutions started buying. Or like they did right here. Retail stopped buying and institutions started buying. Retail buys tops. See all this retail money right here? So yeah, if you want an indicator, look at the data. Currently, there's a massive amount of institutional big bank money coming in, more than what we saw even at the bottom down here at 52K or at the bottom over here at 75K. So you're talking about way bigger of an opportunity. Also, this market is more oversold. Look at the MACD. Check this out. If you look at the MACD right here, the MACD is extremely oversold. This is more oversold than we were right here or right here. We are the most oversold we've been on the MACD for a very long time. Like, for literally years. On the dailies, we haven't been this oversold on the MACD for like 3 years. So, for the people that want to come and tell me that the crypto markets are about to see a massive correction, I would tell them, dude, the crypto markets saw a massive correction. That's literally what happened already. So, what are you trying to do? You trying to convince me to panic sell my crypto when big banks and institutions are buying right now? I'm not going to be a freaking idiot like 90% of people that trade this market. I'm just not going to do that. It's stupid to do that. So, yeah, keep your head on straight, people. It's not that hard to see this market clearly. Like, look at the pumps and the dumps. If a market dumps, you should probably buy. You know? It's probably a good time to buy if everybody's freaking out. It's not that complicated. You don't need some magical indicator. You don't need anything special. All you need is a sound mind that sees things for what they are. And if you can get that going, then you're going to be all right in this market. Can you see KLV, Clever? You know, sure, we'll check out Clever. On HTX, let's pull this up here. I like how there's a lot of volume coming in here on this coin. There's a lot of volatility because this is probably a fairly low liquidity project. I imagine there isn't like, billions of dollars in trading volume or anything like that. So there's a lot of volatility. That's where these big wicks come from. But this looks like it. Yeah, I like how there's a lot of volume here. Also, I like how there's bullish divergence on the RSI. We made a lower low in price, but we have a big bullish divergence on the RSI. So that's a really good sign here for KLV. I bet it's pumps. You guys, crypto is about to explode. I'm just going to tell you right now. This is what I've been talking about for a long time, especially with altcoins. But most people don't have the type of patience to be able to make money in these markets. And most people are so focused on the short term and the immediate gratification that they see something and they say, oh, this hasn't pumped yet, even though people said it was going to for like a year. And I'm not the only person out there that knows what's coming in crypto that's been telling people for a very long time that crypto is going to pump, especially altcoins. And Bitcoin is going to go absolutely nuts. It's going to pump too. But the fact of the matter is most people are so impatient. Most people are so focused on short-term gratification or instant results that they're never going to make money in this market. They panic sell their freaking altcoins at the bottom of the cycle just to go FOMO into stuff that's already pumping. They'll go buy a bunch of silver and gold. And I'm not saying silver and gold isn't going to pump higher, but you should have been buying that at the bottom of the ABC correction forever ago. And yeah, it's probably going to go higher. Gold and silver will. But crypto, in terms of, like, if you had $100K to put money into markets and you were thinking, oh, should I put $100K into crypto or should I put $100K into silver or gold? You're literally FOMO buying into something that maybe could go up another few 100% with silver or gold. And it probably will go higher. It probably will go quite a bit higher. But in terms of percentage gain, your opportunity over here at crypto is like buying the bottom on silver or gold before they started pumping. It's not that crazy to decide what you should do with your money. Good afternoon, Dallin. Well, thank you. Good afternoon to you too, first man. King J, can you look at the PulseChain chart? Sure. I'll just do it. Screw it. Here we go. PulseChain die. You guys want to know what this thing is doing? PulseChain chart is the easiest technical analysis that you'll ever do in your life. So simple. This thing broke out of a falling wedge and it came back down to retest it as support. This is declining volume with declining price, which, by the way, if you understand the rules of volume analysis, which I'll pull up right here, that's bullish, dude. It's freaking bullish if you see declining price and volume. Declining price and declining volume is a strong market. That literally shows accumulation. So this is bullish. Like PulseChain is going to freaking moon, dude. This thing is going to turn around and blow up, like completely skyrocket. I'm telling you right now it will. This falling wedge breakout, this is a freaking perfect setup to be buying this thing when everybody else is giving up on it. They're all hating on this project. They all think, they've seriously so much negativity right now. Let them be haters. If you want to make a bunch of money and you like PulseChain, go buy this thing. This thing is going to blow up. I'm telling you. It's going to turn around, break out, freaking skyrocket, break through this resistance level. It's going to have absolutely no problem breaking out all the way to a new all-time high. PulseChain, this thing is being accumulated. Richard Hart is going to pump the living heck out of this thing. And this community is going to be blown away. But the thing is now they're all bearish and they've all given up on it. So for those people, your loss. That PulseChain is bullish, dude. Freaking way bullish. Can we have a Christmas guitar show today? Sure, I'll play a Christmas song for you. At the end of the live stream, I'll pull out my guitar and play for you, AJ. Thanks for the request, by the way. I appreciate it. Drift46, what's up, brother? I'm all in LFG. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's freaking go. This market's gonna go crazy. The fact that you're all in tells me you've got your head on straight, dude. Most people don't. They have no idea what's about to happen. It's just the truth. AXS will skyrocket, but keep buying in crashes. 26 will be the year of AXS. I think so too, AJ. AXS looks extremely good to me. Super oversold. It's kind of like buying Solana back when Solana was at its absolute bottom. That thing is like so undervalued, it's almost mind-boggling how undervalued it is. Well, Weber says, hi, Dallin, can we do TA on AXS? Sure, let's do it. Oh my goodness, this looks so good, dude. This is going to freaking pump, I'm telling you. Look at this. We have this descending resistance line right here, but this is like one of the most common bottoming things I've ever seen. Like this happens all the time in crypto, where you get a big panic candle with a big wick on the bottom of it, something like this. And then the market goes like this and then turns around like this. This is so common, it's stupid. Like this looks so good on the daily. Once we break above that downward trending resistance line, sky is the limit for AXS. It will probably be the beginning of a big picture reversal for this coin. I really believe that. Now, if we zoom out even more to the biggest time frame, this is what I mean by look how mind-bogglingly undervalued AXS is. Look at this thing, dude. This is so freaking oversold. Absolutely ridiculous. Like this is like the best buying opportunity you could possibly, like in terms of market risk and market potential. You're literally risking like almost nothing to buy at the bottom of a massive correction like this. Your risk is so low, but your profit potential in terms of percentage gain is astronomical. This is clearly in the depression phase of its cycle. We had euphoria up here, all the way down to anger right here, and now we're in the depression phase of its cycle. This is so dirt cheap undervalued. I expect this thing to pump and to pump very hard in 2026, and it's going to be exciting and well worth all of your patience and the hard days. And I know 2025 has been kind of a bummer, especially for altcoins. Even for Bitcoin, Bitcoin just pumped all the way up and then came right back down to where it was at. So it wasn't that exciting for Bitcoin in 2025. Really, the most exciting thing was the Zcash trade that we did in the VIP area, and a few other coins that pumped kind of. But 2025, dude, it was not it. 2026, it's gonna be awesome. Let's see here. Bravo59 says, they will see a massive correction, but first we will see a decent dead cat bounce rally. Well, okay, Bravo. Apparently you haven't been in crypto for long enough to know how to see these markets correctly, which is okay. But I'm here to tell you, the idea that this is just going to be a dead cat bounce is so stupid to me. That is literally the dumbest thing ever, okay? Crypto is not going to see a dead cat bounce and then go into a bear market. The context of the cycle tells us everything that we need to know. This is a correction in a healthy bull market, not a market top. All right? This is like buying any dip in a powerful uptrend in a new technology. Come look at altcoins, for example, all right? Let's just look at, I don't know. Let's do Theta, okay? One of my all-time favorite altcoins. Now, if you look at this chart and we analyze the cycle and what's happened here to the cycle, we'll pull up Ethereum over here on the right. And we'll zoom in to Ethereum actually on the crypto market cap version of Ethereum, because this is way more like what we see. Let's go to the 15-day candlestick, so we're on the same time frame. All right, so we've got Ethereum over here on the right, and we have Theta over here on the left, all right? Now, what I want to show you here is where we're at in terms of the market cycle on Theta. So Theta currently is in the depression phase of its market cycle, all right? So if we pull this up bigger so you can see, the depression phase is the point where everybody has totally given up. Most people are thinking, why did I lose all my money? I'm a total idiot. How can I pay for all this new stuff? What have I done? You know, that's what people are thinking in the depression phase of the cycle. And that's exactly where Ethereum was at in March of 2020, right here. That's the depression phase of the Ethereum market cycle. Now, if you look at Theta over here on the right, and you look at left, and you look at Ethereum over here on the right, where do you think Theta is at in its market cycle? It's clearly in depression. This isn't euphoria. Crypto's not just going to bounce a little bit and then see a dead cat bounce and then go into a bear market when we're at the literal bottom of a massive bear market. So you have to see this market for what it is. You can't just follow the opinions of the crowd, of what people think is cool to believe. Because you're going to get freaking wrecked and you're going to miss out on all the profit. You have an opportunity to buy Theta right now, just one example of many altcoins, at 29 cents per coin. And in terms of its market cycle, this thing is set up to obliterate its old all-time high, probably in 2026. So you're talking about 70 times your investment from current price. That's the type of opportunity you have on Theta. It's in the depression phase of its cycle. So, gosh, people. Theta, 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 beta, me, my, mo, meta, theta. Oh, John Schemansky, you're so funny, dude. Oh, by the way, speaking of theta, you guys, I'm just going to shameless plug right here. Um, I have this really cool person that just texted me on my YouTube channel. They found my YouTube channel looking at theta videos, and they texted me and said, "Hey, Dallin, I have all these really cool theta hats. Do you want some of them?" And I was like, "Sure." He's like, "All right, well, I bought a handful of them from a supplier, and he's like, I don't want them anymore. So how about I just ship them to you?" So he was kind enough to give me these awesome theta hats. Look at this thing. This is so cool. Freaking cool, right? This is awesome. This theta hat, way cool. So I've got a box. There's a limited supply, but I do have a box full of theta hats and theta t-shirts, like brand new, different sizes, like clean, brand spanking new. So if you guys want one of these really cool hats or a theta t-shirt like this right here. And I know that there's a bunch of FUD out there about Theta getting sued. By the way, Theta is not getting sued. Mitch is. And it's just a bunch of BS. People know exactly what's coming for Theta, and it's just fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's just literally just haters that just want to try to get at Mitch because they know he's about to become extremely wealthy and seriously change the world, and they're being haters. But check out this cool t-shirt. Look how freaking cool this is. It's got the Theta logo on it. It's all clean and just nice, you know? So if you're in the US, the shipping is accounted for in the price of the t-shirt or the hat. So it's $30 for a t-shirt, $30 for a hat, and the shipping is included in that $30. Link in the description box below. Get yourself a cool Theta t-shirt or Theta hat. I'll be happy to send it to you. If you don't live in the United States, send me an email, and if you pay for international shipping, I'll go ahead and send it to you still. But I won't be able to include that in the price of the t-shirt because it's just going to cost me too much to do that. But yeah, get yourself a cool Theta t-shirt or hat in the description box below. You know what? These are so comfy, man. They're so smooth. 100% cotton, you know. It's way nice. All right. Thanks for covering the chart on PulseChain. Yeah, no problem, man. Fact of the matter is, whatever people have to say about Richard Hart, whether you like the guy, whether you hate the guy, I know there's a huge group of people that don't like him. Me as a technical analyst, I look at these charts for what they are. PulseChain is going to freaking pump. So that's all I have to say there. The chart doesn't lie. It's a perfect chart. So in terms of a breakout, retest, all that stuff, it looks really nice. Liberty or Death 1776. First of all, I love your name. I'm a huge fan of America and the Constitution and everything, so that's a super cool name. I'm in many cryptos. Biggest positions are BTC, Solana, and many others. I do think there's potential for a massive crypto upside on PulseChain, PLS, Hex. I think they are sleepers and undervalued for what is built there. Back in 2018, just putting a little position in Hex made me a ton of money. I've been buying crypto since 2015, and you have kept an open mind, as we don't know who the winners will be. It's worked out very well for me. Oh, you have to keep an open mind, as you don't know who the winners will be, and it's worked well for me. You know, that's really good advice. You have to keep an open mind. Nobody knows for sure which one is going to pump. Nobody thought Zcash was going to pump. Thankfully, one of my VIP members cued me in on it, and I looked at the chart, and I was looking at it. I thought, this thing is going to pump. So I posted a signal for it, and then boom. It was like at the exact bottom of the entire cycle at $46. Pretty much the exact bottom. It pumped like crazy. Nobody thought that was going to happen, you know? So I agree with you, and I'm glad that you're holding crypto, liberty or death. There is a lot of opportunity here. Matt Osty says, Friday live stream, smash those likes, fam. Well, thank you, Matt. I appreciate you tuning in, my brother. When it comes to AI crypto, do you like anything like TAC Virtuals, AGIX, AI116? You know, Super Intelligence Alliance. Let's see, how do I always they change their name and it's like a really long name, so sometimes I forget how to pronounce it. But in terms of the world of AI and crypto, I like Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. This is the one I personally like. This is cool because it's like a bunch of the really biggest AI cryptos combined into one. Plus, it's at a really, really good dip buy down here at 20 cents. Like, really good dip buy. Considering it was worth like $3.50 up here, this is like a steal down here. Super dirt cheap at 20 cents. So this is one of my favorite AI cryptos. The Matrix Breaker says, waiting to pay my mortgage because I'm all in. Go Theta and MSTR stock. Yeah, Theta and MSTR are both really, really good setups, man. And they have the potential to give you an opportunity to just straight up, like, if you wanted to, buy a new house and a car, to be honest with you. Love your live streams, Dallin. Can you do TA on SiaCoin? Do you think it will recover? Well, thank you. I appreciate the donation, and sure, I'll be happy to do technical analysis on SiaCoin for you. SiaCoin on Tether. So this is a really good looking setup too. This looks nice down here. We have big correction, right? Pretty typical, massive, just bleed off, just absolute destruction from our old all-time high. This is what happens with crypto. Big altcoins. The thing with altcoins have a tendency to fall between 92% and 97%, and sometimes even a little bit more. But that's usually, altcoins will fall typically between 92 and 97% from their previous peak. And when they do that, you know it's time to buy. Because if it's down 92, 97%, every single bottom of every single altcoin bear market has always been, like with Ethereum, with all these top altcoins, it's always after a 92 to 97% correction. Now, that's not to say that every altcoin that drops 92 to 97% recovers. That would be ridiculous to believe that. But a lot of them do. And at the very least, a lot of them will see a pump, even if they don't break out to the old all-time high, like a good portion of them do. A lot of them will at least see a bull market after, like a little bull market after a 92% drop. Now here with Sia, this project is actually really good. This is an awesome project. Good, strong fundamentals, one of the oldest coins. Really good project. So I have no doubt in my mind that SiaCoin could easily break out above its old all-time high in a new run. In terms of the market cycle analysis, this is also in the depression phase. Most all of these altcoins are in depression. Right here. That's where they're at in their cycle. They're in the depression phase of the cycle. So this is the point where you really should see a strong reversal. And that reversal oftentimes, or can be, big enough to break above the old all-time high. A really good example is Digibyte, okay? If you go look at Digibyte, let's pull up Digibyte on, I think this one will have all the data for us. Look at this. You know how many times Digibyte has done one of these exact fractals? It's ridiculous. Look at this, okay? Here's one of them. We have this huge pump, 90% correction. Everybody bleeds out of the market. Everybody first thinks this is the bottom, but it goes for one more low. This is the true bottom. And then look what happens. A breakout all the way up to a new all-time high. Boom. Then look what happens again. Big pump, massive, deep, long, brutal correction. All the way down like 90% from its peak. And then boom, all the way to a new all-time high. So, and it's doing it again. It's literally doing the same thing again. It's done this 3 times, and we should do it a 4th time with Digibyte. This is literally how the whales are taking everybody's money. The chart pumps ridiculously. It drops 90+%. Nobody believes it's going to recover. Then the chart pumps all the way either to a new all-time high or at least a significant pump, depending on the altcoin. And then it bleeds out again. Everybody gives up on it. It's down 90%. It's just happening with these altcoins over and over and over again. And the hardest thing in the world is to try to convince somebody to buy down here. And even harder than that, a lot of times, is to try to convince somebody to sell at the peak of one of these pumps. And it happens fast. Look how fast the market pumps. And then look how long it just bleeds out. And by the way, every time this is happening, it's growing in length. This is one of the things where I'm like, you guys, 4-year cycle theory, I know that there's value in studying that. Like, I'm not saying it's completely useless. But also, just to give you another thing to look at here, look at this. Let's take a date range. Okay, this was 179 days before the next pump started. This one was 800 days before the next pump started. This one, which I expect another pump coming, this one is 1,600 days. Now do you see why people have given up on altcoins? Yeah, nobody's that patient. At least almost nobody is that patient to be able to wait 1,600 days. The first one was only 162 days. We're talking about 10 times bigger of an accumulation. And do you see how every one of these cycles is bigger than the previous cycle was in terms of time? So this is clearly growing in terms of cyclical analysis. This is clearly growing in an expanded sort of way. We're expanding the length of our cycles. So Sleeping Korean Guy says, huge fan of yours. Hello from Korea. Please take a look at TDrop. I am more than happy to take a look at TDrop. Let's do it. This actually does have the full chart. So in terms of the short term here, we have this huge descending resistance line right here. So watch for a break above that. I know there's been some false breakouts because this doesn't have as much liquidity as some projects do. It's not like this has like billions of dollars in trading volume in the 24 hours. So whenever you have lower amounts of liquidity, you're going to get more volatility. So it's not a problem. It's just that this coin doesn't have, it's not like Ethereum, right? Ethereum has billions in trading volume. So it's not going to have as much of this wickiness with like these big pumps and crashes like this all the time. Up 30%, down 30%, you know. So that's just because of the liquidity. But the liquidity will change as it grows. As TDrop grows, as Theta network blows up, as these projects explode, you're going to see a lot more liquidity coming into these markets. But the next time it breaks above this line, it should be a true breakout because we're oversold enough now that when this thing breaks out above this line, it shouldn't just dump again. It should be a real breakout that's more sustained. Now, in the bigger picture, well, first of all, the other thing I want to point out here, we do have a massive bullish divergence on the RSI. So we have a low right here, followed by a lower low in price, and the RSI made a big higher low. So that's a big bullish divergence going all the way back from June of 2023 until currently right here in December of 2025. So that's a multi-year bullish divergence on the RSI, which is a huge buy signal. The other thing that I've talked about with TDrop too is the big picture market cycle, right? And I've talked about this with Theta as well. But this is oversold, okay? This is heavily undervalued here. This is a really good time to be picking up TDrop. A lot of times, like in 2020 and in 2016, a lot of altcoins look just like this. So this is a pretty typical thing. Like if you're trading altcoins and you want to be good at trading altcoins, zoom out to a really big time frame, and if you're at the bottom of a bear market like this is usually a pretty good time to buy. You know, you're not buying overvalued, you're buying something that's dirt cheap. So TDrop, in terms of the cycle, this is a really, really good time to buy. This is a pretty typical altcoin sort of accumulation. So yeah, I do think we will see a strong reversal soon, and it will start to uptrend. And when it does, the thing about crypto is it happens fast. Like all of a sudden you'll wake up and you'll be breaking out, you'll be obliterating your local resistance, and a lot of times you'll obliterate your old all-time high. So this thing is set up for some pretty freaking insane gains in the very near future. Hi, Dallin. To hold Rap Dog these times. Yeah, it's. I'm glad that you. Oh, it's difficult. Yeah, it is. It can be really hard to hold. Well, here's the thing with crypto. You basically have to be willing to just straight up, especially with altcoins. You basically have to be just willing to pretend that the price doesn't matter, because you could buy an altcoin, and if you're accumulating or you're buying an altcoin, it can literally look like you lost everything. Like you put $1,000 into something and then you have $50 left. Okay? And that could be extremely discouraging. But with these altcoins, due to the volatility of their cycles, they can retrace 97, 98% and break out all the way to a new all-time high. This is what actually happens. Is my mic stopped? Hello? Hello? My mic says it's working. Ron Clow? I don't know why you say to check my mic. Also, yeah, I mean, can you guys hear me fine? Like, my mic says it's working fine. But anyways, back to what I was saying. You have to be willing. Coins like Rapdog, coins like whatever altcoin you're holding, if you're going to buy one of those coins, you have to be willing to literally like make it look like you lost all your money, because sometimes you're not going to buy the bottom. And these markets are extremely volatile. Something can look like it's putting in a bottom and drop another 70%, you know? And if you are not willing to let that coin do that, then, you know, crypto's not for you. You have to be willing to do that. Like, look at Ethereum. I've been in crypto long enough to see these cycles and what happens to people. Ethereum dropped. Let's see how hard Ethereum dropped. 94%. Okay? And if we look at the market cap chart of Ethereum, which is more of a true reflection of the price, it dropped 92. I guess the market cap didn't drop as hard percentage, but you guys get the point. These coins drop really hard. You could lose if you would have bought the top here on Ethereum. You would have most everybody would have panic sold 94% down from the peak. That means if you put $1,000 into something, you've got like $50 left or $80 or whatever. But people that held on, that $1,000 turned into $3,000. You know, when it broke out up above the old all-time high. So this is the volatility of crypto. It's an extremely volatile market, and you have to understand that to trade these markets. BCH has broken out, baby. I hope it gets above 700. It's so official. God bless, brother. Keep up the good work and motivating us during these endless chops. Yeah, thank you for the donation, and let's check out BCH. Bitcoin Cash. Oh, this thing looks amazing. Holy cow. I mean, I know that this has looked good for a long time, but Bitcoin Cash right now looks freaking insanely good. Holy cow. You guys, this thing is going to blow up. I've been telling you, want to see something cool? All right. You want to know what I've been showing people literally since like the bottom of this coin? This thing is going to explode. I'm telling you right now, if you want to make some insane profits, make sure Bitcoin Cash is in your portfolio. Seriously. It's like as good as Theta, like in terms of percentage gain and opportunity. It's a really freaking good setup. Check this out. This is what you want to know where Bitcoin Cash is in terms of its cycle. And this is why I've been telling people, you guys, crypto altcoins right now are behaving exactly like how the altcoins behaved before 2017 happened. Exactly. And if you look at Litecoin over here on the right, this is Litecoin before 2017. This big pump is 2017. Look at Bitcoin Cash. I've literally been showing this fractal on Bitcoin Cash for heaven knows how long. Like years. Like since over here. Like since like 2023, I'm pretty sure is when I made a video about it. All through this period. Showing this fractal. Nothing has changed. This is why haters in my comment section are like, Dallin, you say this market's going to pump all the time and it hasn't pumped yet. Well, you guys are all looking at the 15-minute, the 45-minute, the 1 hour, and you're all worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. You know what I'm doing? I'm zoomed out on this chart on the 1 freaking month time frame and making videos for years about coins because my conviction in the big picture is absolutely insane. I really believe these coins are set up to see some of the biggest pumps in the big picture ever. Why else would I keep making videos for so long? You know, I do it because these setups are going to freaking pump like crazy. I'm going to make a bunch of money. You guys are going to make a bunch of money. It's going to be insane how much money we make. That's why I'm doing it, even with the haters in the comments. Screw those guys, because I don't really care what they think. Because fact of the matter is, I see this chart for what it is. And I've been doing this long enough to be able to talk myself up a little bit and tell you, I know exactly how these patterns work. I know how these big picture accumulations work. I've seen enough fractals. I've seen the psychology enough times to know how this market moves. And this thing is going to freaking obliterate its old all-time high, just like how Litecoin did in 2017. And the Trump pump that all you guys have been waiting for, but now everybody gave up on, it's coming. And Bitcoin Cash is not going to be left out of that picture. In fact, it's probably going to be one of the biggest pumpers in this altcoin bull market that's coming. That's just the fact. That's just the truth. Fact of the matter is that's what these markets are showing us. You can see it in the charts. Take it or leave it, believe me or don't. You guys can do whatever you want to do with your money. But there's a reason why I've been so consistent about posting about my favorite altcoins on my channel. And I need to make another Bitcoin Cash video soon. And it's because I know I'm going to get rich. Like insanely rich. Off the pump that's coming. It's going to be crazy fun. All right, cool. What cryptos are you accumulating or looking to accumulate during this pullback? What's your list, brother? Well, Theta, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. I like Litecoin too. Just to name a few. There's some of them that are VIP, so I can't just like list all of my top favorite setups of all, you know. But those are a few that just come right off the top of my head. Stark, STRK. STRK, a really good setup. These are setups that are like you can buy them and they're heavily, heavily undervalued. The percentage gain is going to be absolutely insane. And they're basically guaranteed to pump. Nothing's guaranteed in any market in the world, but they're basically guaranteed. So your risk is virtually zero. In fact, you can take a lot of the risk out of this market by just steadily accumulating. What do you have to lose then? If you're steadily accumulating with money you can afford to lose, where's your risk? It doesn't exist. It's not there, you know? So there's ways to just take all of that off the table and just remove your risk completely. Let's see here. Hello, Dallin. Thank you. Can you have a look at Shiba Inu or Naka? Let's pull up Shiba. I think we covered Naka last time. Or actually, I might have covered the wrong Nakamoto. I don't know if you were talking about Nakamoto Games or if you were talking about some other meme coin or something like that. So Shiba Inu is the same cycle as Bitcoin. All right, so let's pull up Bitcoin. Shiba Inu basically did a repeat of the Bitcoin 2018, 2019, and 2020 bear market and recovery. The recovery hasn't happened yet, but in terms of cyclical analysis, this is what happened. Okay, so here's Bitcoin on the right. Here's Shiba Inu over here on the left. And you can see here what happened. We basically had a big pump here in 2021, and on Bitcoin in 2017, then a crash in 2018, then Bitcoin comes up in double bottoms. Shiba Inu coming up off these lows. This is a double bottom right here. Same pattern, same structure, same point in the cycle. So buying Shiba right now is kind of like buying Bitcoin March of 2020. Big picture analysis is paramount. You know, big picture analysis is the most effective that there possibly is in the market. Most of the biggest traders and investors, Wall Street, trading desks, Warren Buffett, these guys look at big time frames. They don't care about what happens tomorrow. They buy the dip in the big picture and they hold on for multiple years. And that's really the most effective, simplest, powerful trading strategy that there is the big picture time frame. Maurice says, "You the man, I'm putting on my moon boots and getting champagne ready." Nice. Well, give me a call when you're ready to party, man. Just kidding, I don't really party that much, but but still I'll come hang out with you and talk crypto or something. When do you expect the pump to the alt season, the big one? 2026, okay? 2026 is the year for crypto. You want to know the secret to the sauce? Ignore everybody that tells you crypto is bearish. They don't know what they're talking about. Buy as much crypto as humanly possible right now and then plan for 2026 to change your life. That's the plan. That's the strategy, and that will work for you. Let's see here. Naka Go. It's a dog coin. So I did do the wrong coin last time. Last time you asked me to do analysis on, I'm pretty sure I'd made like a 15-minute analysis on Nakamoto Games, which is a different coin completely, man. I don't see it here on Deck Screener though. I don't know where to do analysis for you, man. Naka Go. I guess over here. I mean, I see this, but there's like no trading volume, so hopefully that's not the one you're talking about. No, I guess it is the one you're talking about. There's only $71 in trading volume. This only has a $220,000 market cap. You know, the first thing, this, I'm not saying this can't pump because it is pretty oversold at this point down here. But the first thing you'd want to see is some type of a volume spike come in for me to be super bullish on this. And I'm not saying it won't happen because usually you have low volume at the bottom and then you have a big volume spike followed by an increase in price. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but that would be what I'd be looking for the beginning of a big pump is a huge increase in volume on this coin, because $70 in 24 hours is not very much trading volume. So you want to see evidence of a community in terms of trading volume. Like Rap Dog has a lot of trading volume, even though it's down from its peak. There's a good opportunity on Rap Dog, you know. Oh, force of habit, go to X and accidentally click on my notifications. Oh man. When do you, oh, let's see, I already answered that. John Cook says Theta has been having a nice increase in their locked T-fuel numbers. That's one of my indicators. The other is transactions that jumped in the latter part of 2025. Yeah, Theta is developing, it's growing. People that are focused only on the price are going to miss all of the other things that are clearly showing that Theta is going to see a big bull market, because they see it down from its peak. They see it down in the short term and they think, man, it's over for Theta. But fact of the matter is, Theta has literally been developing partnerships, growing, all of this stuff that's clearly bullish. You know, it's going to pump like crazy. It's going to be super profitable and fun for the Theta people that are holding, you know, and I'm excited. It's going to be super fun for us to see that happen. Let's see, Liberty or Death. Do you have any thoughts on the Benner market cycle chart? It shows 100 years, has 2026 as topping point. You know, I've seen it before. I think that it could be helpful. It's not my first thing to look at. My first thing is obviously just studying the big picture fractals, but I do know about the Benner cycle. Let's open this up here. I guess it does show 2026 as being a big pump. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it could definitely apply here. I see 2026 as being a big year too. So, yeah, this could be pretty accurate. Pretty interesting. I didn't realize that was 2026 on there. That's cool. Maurice Terrell says, definitely, bro, but party has to be in Miami, my hometown, with my twin brother. It will definitely be amazing. I've been holding too long. No, that sounds awesome, dude. Yeah, I love Miami's cool. Florida's really cool. Awesome place. So I'd love to come out there and hang out with you guys. That'd be cool. So yeah, you guys, you know, let's talk about what's happening here in the big picture one more time. And in the short term too. The reason I made the title of this live stream Go All In on Crypto is because I literally believe the short term is an extremely good opportunity right now. It's not just the big picture, even though in my videos, I'm almost always zoomed out in the bigger picture, as you guys know. The opportunity in the short term right now on Bitcoin, so good. Like, look at this thing. Let's pull up Bitcoin on the 45-minute here. Oh, let's do the daily. Bitcoin on the daily candlesticks. This thing is so undervalued. Look, we're down we're down 36% from our peak up here. 36% from the peak down to the bottom. That's like a perfect opportunity to buy Bitcoin in the short term. So in the short term, crypto is heavily undervalued. Heavily undervalued. It's perfect in the short term to buy, but also in the big picture too. We're not done in the big picture here with Bitcoin. You want to see what I am looking at? And I showed this probably the past 2 or 3 live streams, but it's time for you guys to see it again. So let's pull up Bitcoin over here, and we'll go to Bitcoin on the daily candlesticks. Oh, come on. Maybe we'll do the 4-day. It should load. There we go. This is Bitcoin as it was accumulating for its big picture run, for its big parabolic run, in 2017. And here's Bitcoin currently. So you guys, Donald Trump in 2017, well, he was put in office in 2016, but everything that he was doing all through 2016 finally came to fruition by 2017. And crypto went completely nuts in 2017. And if you look at Bitcoin currently, you guys, Bitcoin is behaving exactly the same way as last time this whole thing happened. And if you look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin looks exactly like right here. Same thing. Same pattern, same structure, everything. Same thing. Steadily growing, not parabolic. This is what parabolic looks like. This is what you want to see when you start to say this thing is going parabolic. It's probably going to go higher, but at some point it's going to have a bear market because it's unsustainable. That's what parabolic looks like. Bitcoin has not gone parabolic yet at all, you guys. It's steadily growing. Perfect opportunity to pick up Bitcoin here, to pick up your favorite altcoins, to pick up crypto. It's time to go all in, you guys, on crypto. Now is the time. Because what's coming is going to be glorious and profitable and fun, and I'm excited. Cool. So I was requested to play a song on my guitar. Before I do, though, just one more time, I want to mention these cool Theta t-shirts and hats. Get yourself a Theta hat. If you're in the US, shipping is included in the price. Link in the description. These things are pretty sweet. You can rock the Theta logo whenever you want, right? It's cool. And then Theta t-shirt is... Oh, tip my microphone over. Theta t-shirt as well. Pretty cool, right? So, clean, nice, cool. 100% cotton. Link in the description box below. If you're in the US, I'll just ship it right to you. If not, you got to pay for shipping. But it's included in the price if you're in the United States. All right, cool. Where did I put my guitar pick at? Give me just a second, you guys. Gotta find my guitar pick here. Maybe it's behind my computer. Had it just the other day. Guitar picks are sometimes pretty tricky to find. I'll just play a song that doesn't require my pick. Okay, cool. speaker on here. This guitar is like super cool. I actually bought this guitar in Florida, funny enough, Maurice. I was out there hanging out with my web developer. He was working on a website for me for a different project, and we just went down to the music store together and saw this guitar, and I had to have it. So I bought it, brought it home. One of the best purchases I've ever made. It's really nice. It's super cool. Check out what it can do. It has a built-in speaker, so I can like turn on delay, and then you can play stuff like this. You guys can hear that delay on there. Super cool, right? That song is really hard to play without a pick. I was trying to play Hotel California, but I learned how to play with a pick, and that was wasn't my best moment there. But yeah, this guitar is super, super cool. Yeah, I'll play a song for you guys. That's a song that I wrote, actually. Let's see if my stream is still going. My web page froze on me. It looks like my stream health is fine. Okay, cool. It should be streaming still. You guys didn't lose me there, did ya? My web page like froze. You didn't lose me, right? I think you guys could hear me still. But yeah, this guitar is sick. You know, how cool is it that you can put a delay on there without even having to... Oh, good, you guys didn't lose me. You don't even have to have like an amplifier or anything. You can just put a delay effect on there. Let's see if I can play. I have to be careful what songs I play, because otherwise it just screws my ad revenue up. Let's see here. Man, I wish I had my freaking pick on me. I'm not gonna lie. It's like hard to play a lot of the songs that I know how to play well without a pick. Let's do... I don't think I'll get... Well, I probably will get copyrighted if I do that. Oh, man. YouTube is so... I wish you didn't have copyright laws. I'll have to get back to you guys and find some Christmas songs that aren't copywritten, because I know that you guys requested Christmas music at the start of the live stream. But seriously, all the ones that I know are all copywritten, or at least a lot of them. So I'd have to look into that a little bit to see, maybe in a future live stream, I'll do like a Christmas song as we get closer to Christmas for you guys. Or I could just write like a crypto Christmas song. That'd be fun too. Oh man. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you guys for the compliments on my guitar playing. I appreciate that a lot. It's super fun to be able to share my analysis with you guys and some music too when I do these streams. So, okay, I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos, future live streams, and as always, stay profitable out there.